Tune in to the Unaffiliated Creators Podcast. I'm your host, kaeveryday. This is the indie artist safe place, so take off your shoes, get comfortable, and stay a while. Do us a favor and please rate the show. And if you have any feedback for us, please email us at unaffiliatedcreators@gmail.com. The snippet you heard playing was a song titled Only If You Let It by indie artist Cinoevil. Now that everybody has taken off their shoes and gotten comfortable, Cinoevil, what you been up to?
Man, life's been great, man. I can't really complain. The music's going real well. Lately I've been planning for 2024 pretty much. That's what I'm up to at this point. Ever since the project dropped and everything. Let me just mute that. The project dropped, things been going up and I've just kind of been focusing on what's next, So
All right, so you focusing on 2024, so I see you got some big things coming, but we're going to get into it. So let me start off by asking you this. So I believe that the meaning of a person's name says a lot about them. So with that being said, how did you come up with the stage name Cinoevil?
Well, my last name is Mancino. So when I want to say I started writing in like 5th grade, but when I was in 4th grade, my substitute teacher was joking around. Like a movie came out that year called Cinoevil, and he was like taking attendance for the class, and he had said, like, he was just that kind of guy. He was just joking, and he said, "Steve, man, Cinoevil," and he was like joking, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." So I wrote that down, and then once I started rapping, I was like, I kind of just took it and used it because my regular name wasn't really working, But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where it really came from. I stuck with it though because I felt like it was solid because money is the root of all evil, you know what I mean? And not that I don't see money, but I don't let money affect the way that I see things, you feel me? So that's kind of where that all came from,
All right, so to piggyback off of the first question, so I did want to ask you this. So how did you choose to spell the name Cinoevil? Because you didn't spell it the normal way.
Yeah, no, that's because of my last name. Because Mancino is Mancino, so I just took that. I wanted to still keep it a part of of me. I didn't want to just come up with a random superhero name or something, But yeah, that's kind of why I spell it like that.
All right. So let's get into it. So talk to us about the experience you had getting to work with Benny the Butcher.
I mean, it was kind of a third party experience, to be honest with you. Like, it was more or less like a song that my friend and his producer were working on and everything. And that was my boy Il Schmidt, the other guy that was on the song. But his issue was he got arrested for a song that he dropped when he was 18. And he wasn't allowed to drop music because of that. Like, he wasn't allowed to use the internet because it was crazy, bro. If you look it up, like, his name's Il Schmidt, but he's got like a whole. He was on house arrest for a year for a song he wrote. Like, it wasn't like a threatening song, but someone at his school took it as a threat. They got the SWAT team called at the school. It was crazy. But either way, because of that, it was a whole butterfly effect of things that led to the feature with Benny. So that's I was like a weird thing, but I'm grateful. It was right place, right time type of thing. But the reason why it was able to be put out is because the album is distributed by Ransom and Ransom's company, Momentum Entertainment. So they kind of were able to push that envelope a little farther through because the song was recorded a couple of years ago and Benny got a lot bigger now, so he wasn't really confident in dropping it on his own. So we were, through the help of Ransom, able to get it out there,
Hey, man, it's good to have people in high places. So let me ask you this. So are there any other artists that you would like to collab with?
I mean, I would love to do a track with Ransom. You know what I mean? We still haven't done that. There's a whole bunch. There's a whole lot. Jadakiss, there's a lot of people that I would love to just work with. Yeah, I would say that my top 2, though, would probably be at this moment, like maybe top 3. I'd say like Ransom, Jadakiss, and Rome Streets. Rome Streets is fire, But yeah, I don't know. Those are my top right now.
Hey, speaking of Jada Kiss, man, I got to put some respect on that man's name, man. Jada, top 5 dead or alive. If you know, you know,
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you this question. I know you probably gonna think this sounds a little crazy, but I did a little research, man, and this is what I came across. So I just had to ask you. So the song that you recorded with Benny the Butcher was titled "Been on the Map." And my question is, why did you choose to post the song on YouTube as a YouTube short video versus just putting it out as a regular video?
Well, we just don't have a regular video right now. I was just trying to get as much content out as possible, pretty much. There wasn't really a rhyme or reason. That's where I fall short. You know what I mean? Is the social media aspect of things. Because like I'm not really good at like marketing and things like that. So that's the song's called Another Count, but the album has been on the map.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that song, I mean, it's out on all platforms, but when it comes to just posting like, YouTube stuff, it's I don't know. I'm just trying things and seeing what works. You know what I mean? I'm not really the type to go dancing around. So I'm trying to find my own way,
Yeah, but the reason why I asked, because I thought it might have been a situation where it was like some legal stuff or some stuff going on with the labels where they was telling you that you can't, release it a certain way. So you tried to find a creative way to still get it out there without putting it out as like a original, like music video type thing. That's why I asked.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd still like to get a music video, but right now it's just, I don't know. I don't want to make like a makeshift music video. If I do a video, I'd like to get Benny in it. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out the right way to go about that. But you're definitely right. I got to get like a lyric video or something, right? Just to keep pushing it.
Yeah. I mean, whatever works, but like you just kind of made a good point though. But be authentic and true to yourself, man. I don't want to see you out there on TikTok dancing, trying to do some trendy dance just to try to go viral on TikTok, man. So yeah,
it's not me, it's not. It's the one thing that kills me because I feel like that's what people have to do. Not have to, but a lot of people are really doing it these days, and it's kind of weird,
Hey man, people willing to do a lot of crazy things to go viral, man. But since we were just talking about, doing collabs and stuff, I wanted to ask you this. Have you ever recorded a song with another artist and after hearing their verse, you went back and changed your verse to make it better?
Oh yeah. I mean the whole song. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. There's been like I don't know if it's any like notable people that I really know, but I grew up recording myself and like all my friends. So like I had like a studio from when I was in high school. So there's been mad times where like my boy Wolf will come in and just say something that I'm like, wow, bro, I gotta go. I should stop rapping. You know what I mean? There's been a bunch of people like that. Like even recently, I was in the studio with my friend All Real, and he spit some crazy verse, and I was like, wow. Like I need to stop and rethink this. I was like, I'm a record next time. I was like, I did the hook on it, and I was like, I'll lay down the verse, next week, because I had to go back and rewrite. It's constantly like that. I have no, no shame in it. I love the competition of it all. You know what I mean? I like being around people who are good or better than me because that's how you grow.
All right, so I did want to ask you this question because it's that time of year. I know you probably have seen it. You might have posted one yourself. I'm not really sure, but I just wanted to ask an artist this question. So, why do you feel artists feel that it's necessary to post these Spotify end of the year wrap up things that you're seeing on social media?
I don't know. I think a part of it is the ego. You know what I mean? I think a part of it is just having nothing else to post. And I think some people are genuinely curious about it and want to show that they're not like faking it, I guess, or getting whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to put it. I've posted it this year for sure, only because this year like in the past I've dumped money into like promotion that I wasn't so sure of, and I'm looking at the numbers like there's no way. You know what I mean? So like I didn't want to even seem like I was believing that. So I'm not going to push like, but this year I didn't really dump any money or anything into the music. We got some good like organic promotion, and we watched it like all the songs grow. Especially Nervous. Nervous has been like, it got put on one like anime YouTube page, and that thing just went crazy, and it's been going. So I don't know. The organic growth is cool, so that's why I posted it this year. But I don't know. I see people posting with that claim they have 1 billion streams and they got 400 like followers and no likes. So I don't. I just keep my mouth shut. But I don't know.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling the same way. I seen some. I mean, I'm not gonna, say no names, but I saw some that kind of made me chuckle. I was like, if that was me, I probably wouldn't have put that out. But hey, I just wanted to ask another artist, why they feel that people have been so quick to just post these things.
Yeah, I don't really know. It's kind of crazy. Like I said, I think most of it is ego. I think people really believe that they are who they're buying themselves to be on social media. You know what I mean? But
so I like to be open and honest and transparent with my with my audience. I always say I feel like y'all family. So I'm gonna post mine, but I'm gonna post mine to be funny, and I can share this with you. So when I hit the button for mine to generate, mine said 0, and the reason why mine said 0 is because this year I've been basically putting a lot of my focus into this podcast. So I haven't really been just actively recording a whole bunch of songs. So I guess I didn't even record enough songs to even like kick the algorithm in for them to even notice that I even recorded any songs. So my wrap up says 0. So I was like,
I mean, even that though, I like even if you posted that, I feel like people would see that and like it might do numbers in its own realm. You know what I mean? Just on its own. So I don't know. It really just depends. But I think that's funny.
Yeah.
You know?
So I saw that you've done several songs with this music producer, and I'm probably gonna pronounce his name wrong. Kenzie Beats.
Kezzy.
Kenzie Beats from Johannesburg. So I wanted to ask you, would you consider him like your in-house producer?
Yeah, 100%. Like that's my guy. Like that's like I feel like at this point we're kind of associated together. Like people come to me for his beats, and I'm like, I don't. You know what I mean? You got to hit him up, But yeah, that's like if I were to stick with one producer, like how Drake's got 40, and you know what I mean? Like that's pretty much what it is. Like that's my guy.
All right, so I did want to ask you this question. So when I was listening to some of his tracks, I noticed that he doesn't put like a producer tag at the beginning of his beats like a lot of these other producers been doing. So with that being said, I was wondering, do you have an issue with producers putting tags in their beats?
Nah, not at all. I don't have an issue with it at all, unless it's obnoxious, like the BeatStars one, where it's just like BeatStars.com, you know, I mean, like that one's obnoxious. But like, I think people should be able to promote. Like, if you make the beat, I don't know. I think unless it's whack, like just make a cool beat tag. Like Kezzy's got a bunch of beat tags, but he kind of mixes them in with the beats to the point where you won't even realize it. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, I don't know. I think it's cool, but I got no issue with it. I feel like if you're making the beat, it's kind of just like anything else. If I'm buying a car and it says like, the car company that sold me the car on the back, what am I gonna do? I could scrape it off, but then I'm just being that guy,
Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
All right, so you were born and raised in New Jersey. So let me know, who are your top 5 New Jersey rappers, dead or alive, and you can put them in any order.
Ooh, top 5. New Jersey. Like, I gotta really think about this. Okay, so Redman for sure. Lauryn Hill, she's
Yep.
Yeah, she's Jersey. Let me think about it. I mean, Mir Fontaine's fire. I like Mir Fontaine a lot. See, the issue that I got is a lot of people are from Jersey, but they claim other places. So I'm thinking like, all right, who's actually from Jersey?
So this is the reason why I wanted to ask you this question, because it's actually, like you said, it's kind of hard because, one, I don't think there's like just a whole bunch of people from Jersey, and then a lot of people from Jersey they claim New York, so you would think they're actually from New York. So these were the people that I came up with, and you actually named some of them. So I had Redman, Lauryn Hill, Queen Latifah, Trench from Naughty by Nature. And I know
Yeah.
this is not a single person, but they kind of started it off was the Sugar Hill Gang.
I didn't even know they were Jersey. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Hey, I can't lie. I had to look it up too, Bass. It ain't that I just knew. I had to look it up. Hey, Google is your best friend. So I looked it up and I was like, oh, Sugar Hill Gang. Yeah, let me throw them in there. Yeah, so that's my top five.
Yeah, there's a bunch of local people that I love too that are just from Jersey. You know what I mean? Like HD Picasso is nice. Mike Jackson, I don't know if you know him. Bump Tunes, they're real good, But when it comes to like famous rappers, I'm kind of sticking to that list. You know what I mean? I like Queen Latifah, but I feel like I don't know. I have to look at the list of Jersey rappers. I feel like I'm missing somebody, and it's like sitting on my head. You know what I mean?
All right, so this might be a little harder now then. So who would you consider to be the GOAT? Like, who would you consider to be the greatest rapper to ever come out of New Jersey?
Oh, man, to ever come out of Jersey? I'm going to have to go with Redman. That's kind of just like I love Lauryn Hill, but Redman's discography is crazy,
Hey, that Redman Muddy Waters is still one of my go-tos to this day, boy.
He's still doing like his thing, with I forgot what he's calling those. Something where he's Jack Boy Beats, where he's just rapping on everybody's thing, It's fire.
And it's kind of unrelated. I feel that he probably has one of the best MTV Cribs episodes too. When they went to his.
Yes, absolutely.
Man, Redman is hilarious, man. All right,
100%.
All right, so let me ask you this. So I don't know if you saw the recent Millie's freestyle when he was dissing Machine Gun Kelly. So I wanted to ask you, would you consider that white on white crime?
I don't really. Personally, I don't personally listen to either of them. I like Millie's more than Machine Gun Kelly, but I would say that that's white on white crime. It's just unnecessary behavior for sure. Like there's certain things you gotta really look at and be like, what's this gonna do? It's kind of how I feel. I don't know. MGK is just weird, in my opinion. But I'm not gonna diss him. But I guess I just did. But
So I always tell artists to send me whatever song they want me to play at the beginning of the podcast. So out of all the songs that you've recorded so far, what made you choose the song Only If You Let It?
I don't know. I was really listening back to a bunch of the tracks I made this year, and I feel like that one just, I think I did my best on like performance wise. I feel like I like the feature, the Matt Rab that was on the hook, like he's real subtle with it, but it brought it together. I just thought that the song brought like hip hop and a storytelling vibe. I thought it sounded pretty good. I was like, this is the one right now, But it switches every day. Like if somebody asked me tomorrow, I probably would have sent you a different song, But,
all right. So I did want you to take a few minutes. You kind of talked about it earlier in the podcast, but I wanted you to take a few minutes and talk to us about you recently signing a distribution deal with the legendary underground rapper Ransom.
Yeah, it was more or less like he posted something on his Instagram that was like, send music here. We're looking to we're looking for new artists to push and everything. So I sent him a couple tracks. I sent him the Socialite Project, and I sent him Bring Me Down. And he hit me back like a week later and said, we're interested in promoting, or we're interested in distributing your project and everything. Send music here, whatever. So I did. And then now here we are, but we're still that's why I'm saying I'm planning things for 2024 because this was such like a random thing. I was already 2 albums into the year, so like by the time I dropped in on the map, I was like, I gotta make another album. Because I was not ready for any of it. I didn't expect them to hit me back. I always reached out like that like, to random people. Nobody really hits me back. So when he hit me, I was like, oh man, I gotta scurry and make an album. So that's why it's also titled too, because a lot of the features are like older that I recorded that I just finished the songs out and like put the album together because I really didn't have too much time. I was like, I just dropped everything in my vault, you know? So I kind of had to go like back in time and find the old vault, make a couple new tracks. Like the shelf was brand new, but like a couple of them like there were older tracks that we just never put out.
All right, so explain this to me because maybe I don't really understand exactly how it works. I know a lot of deals kind of can be different depending on the paperwork and how all that stuff works. But if there's anything that you can share with us, I mean, I don't want to get you in no kind of trouble or anything. But are you like signed to him as an artist on his label, or is it like
It's like a distribution deal, so it's not like I wouldn't say that. I don't really like personally. The only thing that I know right now is just the distribution deal side of things. Like, there's no, I haven't personally signed anything. That's why I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna just. But he put the album out and it says Momentum Entertainment on it when you look at it. So I'm just like, I guess this is it, you know. But as far as being signed, I don't think I am signed. You know, I think it was just like a one-time deal type of thing, but I'm able to like keep pushing my music through his label. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like up in the air. Like, it was never really something that was like, you have to work with me specifically. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm able to put like freely out what I want to put out, you know? But
okay, so I mean, so it basically sounds like you would have the flexibility and the freedom to still do what you want to do with your music. They're just the vehicle that's going to be able to push the music out.
trying to like pretty much just trying to help me out, give me a little bit bigger of a platform than I was using, you know. So that's why I'm going, because I've been avoiding signing deals forever. And then when I saw that, I was like, you know what? The percentage is way more in my favor than most of the other distributors, like distribution labels and everything. And plus, like, one, I like Ransom. I don't think that he's like a scummy kind of guy. And I don't know. There's nothing that's like tying my whole soul and masters and all these other things into the contract. You know what I mean? So that's really what it was. It was just a really easy thing to do. So that's why I rocked with it, because it's authentic. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to stick with. I don't want to be on some weird situations.
Yeah. If I see you dancing on TikTok a couple of months from now, man, I'll understand, man. I'll understand that somebody got to you and say, hey, man, this is what you got to do, man, to go viral. So the premise of this podcast is independent artists learning from other independent artists. So I had to ask you this question. So what mistakes, if any, have you made so far in your music career that other people could learn from?
Oh, man. I mean, I've definitely put my money into like those pay for 1,000 streams and things like that. Don't do that, because your music will get taken down. It happened to me. You know, like, I put up a whole album. I had put money into like something that I thought was authentic, and immediately, like, by January 1st, the album was taken down. I was like, so don't do that. Just try to organically do things. Also, like, I don't know, stay off of drugs.
Kids, stay off of drugs.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think, like, what else? What other mistakes have I made? Like, I don't really know too many mistakes. There's been a couple wrong turns, but like, they've all led to better things. You know what I mean? So it's more or less just stick to your gut. Like, don't do something that you don't believe in. You know, if you feel like it's wrong and it doesn't feel right, it's probably wrong. You know, so just. Everyone's got intuition. You know what's right and what's wrong at the end of the day, and what's true to you. And if you steer too far away from what's not true to you, then you're gonna lose fans too, because people like you for you, not for who you're trying to be. You know what I mean? Or the other person that you're trying to be. You know what I mean? As opposed to if you're trying to be yourself, then that's cool. But run you through a loop with that one, you know?
All right. So is there something that I should have asked you, but I didn't ask you for whatever reason?
Nah, because everything else is I don't know. For trying to keep the profanities low, I think you've asked all the right questions.
Hey man,
You
you've
know?
been doing pretty good. So I'm just gonna let you know. I know you probably thought that was weird for me to ask that. So the reason why I do that, to be honest with you, is I'm kind of trying to break through stereotypes. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people expect, in this space, when you're dealing with like rappers and this kind of music, hip hop, and just young people in general, a lot of people expect for us to come on here and just be talking all crazy, every other word's a cuss word, dropping F-bombs and all this stuff, and just talking like super crazy. So I just try to fight hard to break through that stereotype to show people that we can have good conversation and we can still talk about whatever we want to talk about without giving you what you think we're going to give you based on the stereotypes. That's all.
Yeah, no. That's I respect it for sure.
Yeah.
I'm only saying that because I got I have my business right there. And I can't really speak about anything else.
Yeah, you weren't thinking about getting no corporate backing deals or nothing when you decided to name it that, did you? You just was like, you know what, man, I'm just going to be true to myself and I'm just going to name it this and I don't even care what people think.
Hey, yeah, pretty much. That's kind of where I was at. Like, I was just like, because I had a couple other things I tried, and I'm just at the point now where, like, what's a statement that I can get behind that's not putting my name on people's shirts all over the place? You know what I mean? Because I don't like rocking other people's names and faces on my shirt unless it's like the Taco Bell dog. You know what I mean? But like,
yeah,
I don't know. I think that that's something that most people can get behind, whether they're in like a comedy world, a hip hop world, a rock world. They can get movies. Like everybody can wear them.
All right. So, is there anything that you wanted to ask me?
I don't know. When do you think this is going to be put out?
So I have.
Also, where did you get that sweater?
Hey, that's a good question. To be honest, I don't even know. I stole it. This is my son's sweater, but I can fit it. So I was like, you know what, man? It's that time of year, man. So I'm just going to go ahead and wear the ugly Christmas sweater. So I don't know where he got this from. But to answer your question about when this is going to get put out, so I have one episode that's going to come out next week, and then this one will be the one that's going to come the following week. So it'll be, what is that, 2 weeks? So it'll be coming soon. All right, so before we get out of here, tell the audience where they can find you online.
Yeah, it's all platforms as Cinoevil Music. It's Cinoevil Music. And yeah, everything else, like if you're going on Spotify, it's just Cinoevil. But all of my social media pages are Cinoevil Music. Some lady's got my name. She won't give it back. She's like just post pictures of her kids and dogs all day. And I asked for it, and she just ignored me. But if you're hearing this, I'll give you $20 for it. You know,
the man just want his name back, man. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you taking time to come on the podcast, man. And I'm gonna be.
I appreciate you, man. This is great.
Hey, I'm gonna be checking in, seeing what you got coming in the near future.
Cool.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right.